Hi there, Kevin Stuttle here reviewing the Swinx system. Recently just used this during one of my kindergarten classes and came to find out that it's a very, very good system to use with the younger children. A couple of the things that I noticed while using it was you were available to hook it up to your computer and hook it up online to download mini games. Which is very handy if some of the games on there aren't exactly good for the group that you're working with, or you want to find something a little bit different to switch it up a little bit. Also, something that is absolutely amazing about this is the amount of multiplayer that's available. I had 6 wristbands. I was able to incorporate 6 different kids into the game at once, which is fantastic in getting all the kids involved, getting as many of the kids involved with the game as you could. Another thing that's very good about the system that's awesome, especially for the younger students, is that the directions that are given are very, very clear and they're repeated often so the children can understand it. Also, from a physical education standpoint, the games are very easily adaptable. If you're working on throwing, or if you're working on different ways of traveling, your locomotor skills, skipping, galloping, jumping, etc., you can change some of the games around to best fit what your needs are for a particular lesson, and for the kid's skill level and whatever the skill focus might be that day. Also, in a small setting, the sound is very, very clear. One thing that I did notice, however, is that in a gymnasium setting, if there's other things going on, the sound might get drowned out by by other activities that might be going on at the same time, which made it kind of difficult for some people to pick up on it. Another great thing, it's small, lightweight, and portable. It comes in its own little bag. You can carry it around wherever you are, and it's not going to get in your way, and it's not very cumbersome like other pieces of equipment can be. The game pieces, the wristlets, they fit very easily around a child's wrist, and this is pretty much the only thing that they need to accomplish any of the tasks for the games is just the wrist bracelet. The system itself can be completely wireless. Plugs into a wall, can charge batteries up, and then you can take it wherever you need to have it. It can go outside, it can be inside. I work up in a pool area, so it was a little difficult to integrate it with some of that stuff, so I mainly focused it down in the gymnasium to keep as much water away from it as it possibly can. It does say that the system is water resistant, however, I didn't really want to test that out to the full extent. Something that I can see being used in an adapted phys ed setting is the amount of colors and lights and sounds that come from the system. It can stimulate a child that might need to have their sight and hearing might need to be stimulated every now and then. It's very, very good in doing that. The bright colors that come out of it, all the different sounds that also come out of it. Another very good strength about it was it gives the players different tasks to do. One of the games, Far and Away, I believe it's called, where you have to see how far you can run away from the Swinx and then come back to it. It gives the kids an opportunity to play a referee role, to sit there and watch everybody do it, and then to gauge whoever was the winner. Instead of the machine telling you who the winner was, the children actually get to decide that. A couple things that I wasn't a big fan of was, like I said before, the sound didn't carry too well inside the gymnasium. It was very difficult to hear what it was saying sometimes, or what the music that was being played. Also, the buttons on the top are not labeled. There are different colors, but it's kind of hard depending on which area in the game you are. The buttons do different things, and it's very difficult to decide which button did what at certain times. Also, the menus inside the machine were very difficult to navigate through. There was a couple times where you'd start it up, you'd go past the game that you wanted to use. You try to go back, you'd accidentally get into another game. It just took a lot of time to get going. And also, for older students, I can see this being a problem, is there's just too many directions for them. It is repeated very well, so for your pre-K, your kindergarten, first, maybe second grade, the directions are perfect. They'll know exactly what's going on. You start getting up into your 3, 4, and 5th graders, it might just kind of wear on them a little bit and kind of bore them. Some things that I think that could really improve this product. Add an audio output. Hook it up to some speakers so you can really hear it through the whole entire gymnasium. Also, a little mini LCD screen on the side of the unit might be useful to kind of go through the games, and especially if you're downloading a lot of the games, you're going to get yourself in the issue where trying to get through a lot of them is just going to take way too much time. And also, better labeled buttons. If the LCD isn't an option, having the buttons labeled a little bit better can help speed up the process of getting anything set up. A lot of the games on it are focused more towards the younger crowd, so maybe some other games that could be focused towards an older student, say someone who's in 4th, 5th, 6th grade and up. Another thing that could possibly be done, and this isn't a complaint about the system as it is, it's just mainly an improvement. You can make it even smaller and even more compact. Everything's getting smaller nowadays. Cell phones are getting smaller, computers are getting smaller. This system could potentially go smaller as well, and would be even more convenient to have to carry around and to set up. This is definitely something that is ready for adapted physical education right off the bat. APE teachers could probably integrate this in their classroom no problem right away. And another thing that I was kind of thinking about was you could possibly connect two of the systems together, and you can get more players involved, and you could possibly do one system versus another system. A couple things that I had some trouble with this unit, and there really isn't very many things that I had issues with, but there was a lot of directions that took a long time to get set up. With the limited amount of class time that some phys ed teachers are given, the amount of time it took to get the system set up and get it up and ready for students to use just was way too much, and it cut into a lot of the activity time. Another thing was having difficulty hearing what was going on and what some of the directions were from other distances was an issue because I couldn't include everyone in class into one activity. I had to have other activities, other stations set up at the same time, so the students that were playing the machine were going around, and if they got too far away from it, it was difficult to hear with 15 other kindergartners in the gymnasium, letting loose and being loud. Then also the navigating through the games, it just took too long again with the amount of time that it took. It was just very time consuming getting the unit from out of the bag to activity ready in the shortest amount of time as possible. Overall, though, I would say that the creators of this machine, they nailed it. They got it right on the dot. A couple tweaks here and there, and this unit will be absolutely amazing, ready to go, and fly off the shelves as far as I'm concerned. Looking online, it only costs $150, so it's not a huge burden on the teacher's wallet, I guess you would say. So it definitely is something that I think would be an asset to have as a physical education teacher. And if I was an adapted physical education teacher, I would want one of these for my classroom right away. Overall, I'm giving it 3.5 stars out of 5, pending some of the time issues there. Hope you enjoyed the review. Thank you very much, and talk to you again.